introducing the person that introduced me to Fake Taxi.
You're welcome.
Okay, you're so shy.
The producer of Fake Taxi.
Now you're shy.
I'm shy. I'm a shy person.
You weren't shy when logging onto Pornhub.
It's always a shy one.
I'm an introvert, guys. I'm shy.
Yeah, we've known you 8 years. You're not an introvert.
I'm so misunderstood.
I'm so misunderstood. I feel like we've had you here before, though.
That's what she said.
There we go.
Okay, introducing Lana.
Hey guys, such a pleasure to meet the fans.
You didn't listen to an episode till last week.
I've listened to some episodes. I'm just a shit friend.
You really are.
We all are, really. I mean, who wants friends?
Yeah, I know. They're just like... It's convenient when you actually have to do something that involves other people.
Yeah.
But generally, I don't really want a friend.
Generally, you don't need one unless you're having a really guilt trip or a moment in your life where you feel a bit lonely. You take interest in everything they do. So, like, oh, how you doing? Just doing the washing up. Oh, that's so cool.
I only really need a friend if I want to go out to eat, because I still haven't... I can do everything by myself, but if I go out to, like, a restaurant or something, I need to be with someone else. I can't be one of those people that eats by themselves.
No, I can't. I can't even go to the cinema by myself.
Oh, no, I love going to the cinema by myself. It's amazing.
We used to go together, now she goes by herself.
Really?
Yeah. She only decided that we would start going together when I told her how much I liked going by myself.
Wow.
I remember the instant that she said, let's do Limitless. I was telling her about the Red Turtle and how amazing it was that I went by myself. Not the Red Turtle, when Marnie was mine. When Marnie was mine, when Marnie was there.
You're so brave.
Yeah. But it is actually good to go to the cinema by yourself, because you're not really focused on other people's reactions.
I'd rather travel by myself than go to the cinema by myself.
I can't even eat by myself. If I eat in public, I have to go in the car parking lot or something.
I don't eat in public by myself. It's just embarrassing.
Guys, you're so needy.
We're needy.
Can I just say, I love the fact that Christmas has passed and we still have Christmas cookies.
I mean, it was a few months ago. I think it's like the end of February, beginning of March now.
Yeah, they still exist. Thank you.
He's a best before
I mean, to be
November.
fair, we did freeze them for you for your first episode.
Yes, thank you for freezing the cookies.
Yeah, we did a Phoebe.
Yeah, I was just going to say, thank you. Did I mention that it's so nice to be here?
You did, but
I'm putting on my radio voice.
Yeah, we'll see how you feel at the end of the episode.
Where we talk about stuff.
So, how controversial can we get?
Well, last week was a bit touch and go. For some
Touch
people,
and go. It was right down the rabbit hole.
for some people, I thought it was perfectly fine. You guys get
but what's perfectly
But
fine
I have
for you?
no set of
having
morals.
a question answered is an acceptable conclusion, right?
Yeah.
In some way or form.
Yeah.
Even if it does absolutely nothing for humanity.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything last time.
Yeah.
We started off very nice. Our favourite swear words. You know, you came up with cunt muscle. That was all well and good.
No, Shakir came up with cunt muscle.
But yeah, so we posed the identity and how people assume identities and things. And I can't remember exactly how we came up with it, but we were kind of on the side of support of people who are transgender. And then we came to the idea of people who assume identities or, you know...
Of different races.
And
like,
there was...
say, you being a Syrian person, come out and said you identify as a white person.
Well, he is white.
Well, okay, cool, Caucasian.
Not functioning.
Not functioning. Okay, British, Caucasian, English person of English descent.
Yeah, but I'm only white because it's winter.
Ah.
Yeah.
You're still like tan
Seasonal.
though.
Yeah,
That's true.
I do still have a little bit of tan, but
That's genetics.
to non-Caucasians, they do assume I'm white, and then they literally have like a malfunctioning time when I tell them I'm Syrian.
Wait,
They always panic. Yeah, I know, right? So
Wait,
they
I'm
panic.
not Caucasian, but I never assumed you were white.
No, I know, but that's because you've been around other ethnics. So you sense the foreign in me, do you know what I mean?
True.
There was that foreign connection.
I did grow up in North London in an area that was filled with, like, it's a mix.
Yeah, so I've been called Turkish, Spanish, Italian. I take it all. I agree to all of it.
You take it all, okay.
Except when I'm in that country on holiday and then the locals come and speak to me and then I feel really shit that I don't speak. I mean, I can speak like a few Spanish words, but not Turkish.
Okay, you didn't pick up on any of the Turkish that I was talking?
Yeah, I mean, I know a little bit, but it's not good enough to,
You didn't learn son of a donkey? I
No,
said
I
it many
didn't.
times.
Please enlighten us.
Esholashek.
Oh, thank you.
It's very different in Arabic.
Yeah, and Seni Seviyorum means I love you.
Okay.
So if I was to kind of meld those words together, I love the son of a donkey.
But it's funny you say that, how we try and learn different words and stuff. Like at work the other day, someone immediately started with "Comment ça va?" and I said, "Oh, ça va bien, merci, et toi?" And then immediately he was like, "Oh, are you French?" And I was like, "No, this is as good as it gets." Do you know what I mean? But still, like, it was nice.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows certain things, and and I do like kind of learning certain words before I travel somewhere, even though, like,
like
English, yeah, but like, English is universal, so you never really completely struggle. But however, someone who's completely had a interesting year is Lindsay Lohan, who seems to have taken on a few different accents. I don't know if you've seen her interview, but it's like a mix between Irish and Russian and things. And then she says, "Oh yeah, like she's been learning languages."
She was living here for a while, wasn't she?
She's in Greece now.
Good.
Because she's got her club. She
that
said
she can't pay for. So
well, I don't know. I don't deal with her finances. I don't know. I need to speak to her accountant about that.
She has no income and spends any income she has on, like, drugs, I'm assuming, allegedly.
Well, she's been quite controversial, let's say, as always. But so she said, she's always had this. I'm not quoting, but like a relationship with languages, let's say, since she was young. However, in a video where she starts harassing what she thought were, let's assume, were Syrian refugees, she starts saying weird shit in that, man. Like, she starts saying really, really weird stuff, and it was just noise.
Talking in tongues.
Was she literally talking in tongues?
Yeah, she kept going. What did she say? She was like, shakhalakhalak. I don't know.
So she just assumed these sounds are that person's language?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she assumed it was like Arabic. I don't know.
It's like the Butler's version of Russian or something.
Yeah. But it's like, I understand where some, like, Hebrew and Arabic might have, similar words. So she might have, but no, it was just noise. There was no sense.
Hebrew. She probably doesn't even really know English.
No, yeah, well, that's the thing. In one of her TV interviews, she sounded like it was a mix between, like, Irish, a bit of Russian, a bit of like, there was no American. It was weird. It was like she was probably having, it seemed like an identity crisis, but it wasn't. It was just Lindsay Lohan. So yeah, and then she says, "Don't fuck with Pakistan," which confused me even more. However,
she doesn't realize Pakistan is where, like,
but it's, I mean, it's fine. It's Lindsay Lohan. Okay. And then she continues.
Well, no, let's not say it's fine. It's Lindsay Lohan.
Well, it's not fine because she was trying to take the kids to her hotel room out of goodwill. And then, the begging family decide to leave, because she was kind of, annoying them. And then she tries to take the boy, but the mum hits her. And then Lindsay Lohan with her...
She should do, because she's trying to take her son.
I mean, yeah, and then she's on the floor. I mean, it was a hilarious video for me. Controversial, don't get me wrong, because we don't know whether they were Syrian, are they refugees? Well, they probably are, but are they homeless? We don't know their situation.
But we know they think they're too good for Lindsay Lohan.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what she was just trying to be this other person, this, I don't know, humanitarian, I guess. But whether she was under the influence, She
was probably trying to get press somehow. Like, remember when Harvey Weinstein happened?
Yeah, she
came out in support of Harvey Weinstein.
I did not know this.
Yeah, posted like a video on Snapchat or Instagram or whatever it was.
It was one of those like 24-hour TMZ on the spot things. So she's going to make a response as soon as it comes out in that first 24 hours. And if there's going to be a defenders, they're going to be in that first 24 hours before it blows up. And she did that because she talked.
No, I don't think there were many defenders.
No. There was one other, and I think it was a fashionista. I can't remember who it was.
His wife, probably.
No. It was a much older woman. I can't remember her name, but she's not important now because she's gone. So she came out in the first 24 hours, tried to defend him. She's had many great moments. It's one of those defences where they're not recognising the facts that have come up.
Oh, maybe I do remember this. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a really odd video.
Yeah.
There's many odd videos.
Yeah, especially of Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan is proof why we shouldn't have children acting.
It's a shame because I feel when she was younger, she was a very intelligent person. You remember The Parent Trap? Mm-hmm. Everyone was The Parent Trap, but she was actually acting like an American doing an English accent. And she was somehow able to pull off acting like an English girl who was pulling off a poor American accent. And that's...
Because she hadn't struck gold at that point.
She hadn't, no.
That was one of the early
It's ruined her. Hollywood has ruined her.
Yeah, so I don't think... Because Hollywood has enough money to CGI a whole film. We don't need child actors anymore. Just CGI the child actors.
Ooh, don't take away jobs. Don't take away jobs.
Like, children can't make informed decisions
with those deep fakes.
Children should not be in Hollywood.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I...
They should be regulated. Their parents should look after them.
But it's all... Mainly it's the parents' problem, isn't it?
It is, but...
They end up being just as good. So Lindsay Lohan's mother, for crying out loud, used to go out partying with her when she was a child.
Well, there you go.
and
Like,
doing
well, now
drugs
she has
with
a
her when
club.
she was a
She
child.
has a club now. You know,
Again,
she did say something.
She must be selling herself or something.
Well,
because
she said she's associated with clubbing and partying. She goes, well, I might as well have my own club.
Yeah. How does she get the money for this?
Well, I
don't know.
I don't know if it's a rumour, but I think I read somewhere that she once sold herself to a sheik for a lot
Yeah,
of
no,
money.
she's one of the yacht girls.
She is one of the yacht girls.
Yeah.
It was true then.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Oh my.
you
You know what a yacht girl is, yeah.
when you got the chance, if you want a sugar daddy,
I mean, I get it.
Basically, it's the models and actresses that end up on those yachts during those festivals and in Dubai and
taken.
stuff. And and the
Taken.
billionaires spend a shit too much money.
I mean, if
because
I-
like you can easily get a cheap pool that's probably just as nice. Ridiculous money to spend a night with them.
I'm not going to judge because if I had that body, right, I could make some money. Would I get a glucose guardian?
What,
You know?
Lindsay Lohan's money?
Maybe. No. If I was the next top model for a little bit, I'd just come out of Herbie Rides in a car or something like that. That film. Is that
Herbie Fully
The
Loaded,
Love Bug?
Herbie
Is that-
Fully Loaded,
Herbie
maybe?
Fully Loaded, yeah. Herbie is the car.
which is actually getting a remake, I think. But
Oh,
anyway.
yeah. Oh, fantastic. We'll get back to that one. People always judge. People are always going to judge. But if you actually had the chance to do some things, I'm not saying I would sell myself to a sheik, but, you know, are we really in that moral high ground where we can judge other people for their own choices? It's just, they are flawed. They're flawed. She did drugs. She makes some stupid comments, right? The only problem is it's in the highlighted by the media and stuff, or it's in TMZ or...
She hasn't done enough in her life to make me sympathise with her either way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like her. She was a parcel. She wasn't even that good an actress. She was decent. Like, we didn't have time to see her as a good actress because she didn't grow the fuck up. She just went into drugs, so you didn't see her as an
I
adult
think it's
actress.
hard to sympathise with any celebrity, I guess, because you know, you just can't relate to that. Like, obviously, she had problems with, like, drugs and alcohol, but, like, there's a lot of, like, mental issues. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of, like, mental health issues involved. But I think it makes us still find it difficult to sympathise, especially when, like, she records herself harassing some people in the street and then saying really weird shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, you try to sympathise, but then you're like, you're being stupid. But then again, you can tell there's something, you can tell she's either high. I mean, I'm hoping... She was, because otherwise, like, come on, dude, you know.
No, my problem with her is, how many issues has she had over the last even decade alone?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. She's had so many chances to get her act together. She's gone to rehab. She didn't even pay for the bloody rehab. She gets sent to rehab.
But maybe this
she's
is
had
her
so much
trying-
help.
Yeah.
She's had so much help, but she hasn't taken it. So I just think she's a sport brat. Like, you had people like Robert Downey Jr. who got sent to prison, and he's actually turned his life around. And she kept getting roles. Even though she was doing all this stuff, she kept getting work, she kept getting roles. There's so many people that are kicked out of Hollywood for less.
I mean, it's still early days. She might come
No,
back.
I don't want her to come back.
She might.
And
She might, you know.
This is her trying to come back, but, like, I mean, the biggest comeback for me will always be Britney, you know? Like, we'll never forget, was it 2007,
she's
Britney?
still not on her...
Well, she's come back, she's,
I mean,
you know,
she's still doing things, she's still working.
touring, no,
Yeah. So she's I wouldn't say she got her act together
I'm
because
very proud of Britney for
I feel
for what
like
she's
she's
doing.
overly controlled, but she seems to have sort of... She's got a life now. She's got a whole schedule. She's got her kids. She's got her work.
Well, she's got 2 kids. She's got
Yeah.
2 boys, hasn't she?
Yeah.
But
She's
as
got
in...
work.
But, like, her shaving her head in that meltdown, like, that was a massive,
Cry for help.
It's really
Cry
handled
for help,
poorly as
exactly.
well. I mean, if you've got TMZ straight on the case...
Straight away.
You know, it's not going to do that person any
But
good.
it was still
to see.
publicity, like, and it was still like, I need people to notice that I'm not okay. Maybe.
I guess in a way it serves its own purpose, but I feel it might have done more harm than good. So getting out the public eye is what was needed.
Maybe. Oh, this got very deep.
It gets deep.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, because I'm glad that she's safe and she seems to be working, but she doesn't have any control in her life now. It's her dad.
Did
isn't
she
it?
ever have any control?
Yeah, true, but it's her dad.
Did you not
that's
listen
doing
to
it.
her
What if she
lyrics?
doesn't? What if she doesn't want to work? What if she's earned enough money to not work? What if she wants to sit at home with her kids? She can't do
She
that. Her
probably
dad
is.
Her dad controls everything. We don't know if she wants to work. We don't know if she wants to have a family. We don't know anything.
Well, there's probably nothing more depressing than thinking, I've peaked, or I'm never going to come back. You know, she probably doesn't want to sit there and just be nothing for a while. She wants to
She's
do
I
had,
don't
she's had her
know.
face done. Like, she looks different. She's, you know, she's got a new album. Well, she's released stuff. She was here for Pride. She's doing well. Do you know what I mean? And she's got a massive, like, gay following as well.
Oh yeah, people like her always do.
Yeah, but it's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? And she hasn't given up on that. She knows her audience, and she's still providing for her fans. Let's say, I think I'm proud of Britney. I got my sister into old school Britney.
She had a comeback, and she seems to have leveled out. She doesn't seem to be like a shitty influence and doing harmful acts. So yeah. So good for you, Britney. You go, girl.
I mean,
yeah, because Britney's a big listener. She emails us
all the
week.
time, just in case. I want tickets, Britney.
What, to
Britney
Vegas
bitch.
or to her show?
Well, I mean, I'd rather she came to London, to be fair.
To be fair, she's got a good setup. Like, if I had any talent in music or anything like that, I'd get a residency somewhere. I wouldn't want to go touring around.
So where would you go?
Residency in London, probably.
You'd stay in London then?
Yeah.
It's the same place. So.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to travel. People would come to me. I mean, we've got a huge tourist industry right now.
If you were famous, would you want people knowing where you live, you know?
I mean, they don't have to have my address.
But they'll find it.
Yeah, they're stalkers.
Then I'd end up in a gated community.
We know, like Tom Hardy lives in Richmond.
I know, and he's always at the Bentals.
And I know when Brad Pitt, he used to come down here as well.
I know where too many people live. Like, I'm so scared to talk to your sister about stuff. Because she is overly fond of stalking people.
No, you've turned her into a stalker.
I didn't do anything. She's the one that starts it.
Okay, I don't know anything about this.
So, Tom Holland, if you're watching, please run. Like,
my sister does have a thing for a lot of the Marvel boys, which, you know, it's not a bad thing.
She's literally just messaging me about.
I mean, it's the demographic, isn't it? You know, they're doing their job.
Yeah, I mean,
is it wrong that I'm relating to her and I'm engaging with it?
And, you know, the men that she's interested in, this is really weird to say. So I can't say men.
Closer to my age, so I should get first
Tom
dibs.
Holland is basically like
she can have
15.
Tom Holland, yeah, because he's like 12.
I tried to say 15 to make it, you know,
but he's
12.
got such a young face.
He does.
Yeah.
Idris Elba, you know, he's just everyone loves him.
I'm closer
crispy.
closer to his age.
Yeah.
So dibs.
Isn't he like 45 or something?
I'm still closer than Laura, aren't I?
True. Oh, you're in first place then.
I'm in first place.
But it's good to know, you know, like when she is old enough. No, wait, no. I need to stop.
She sees that old mansion, Mr. Alvin.
No, yeah. She can bring in the big bucks. No, I can't be saying this stuff.
I actually asked her to come on the podcast first. She rejected me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got rejected by like a 13-year-old.
Yeah. She was too busy on a Friday night.
Well, you know, these teenagers and their Fortnite.
Yeet.
Still don't know what Fortnite is, but hey.
Just killing these guys on Fortnite.
Yeah.
If we're talking about crazies...
Can't say crazies.
Okay, yeah, that's not politically correct.
No.
People that have...
But if we are... You said it. So, 2018...
Public incidents.
Okay, so...
Well, you could have started with that, couldn't you?
I mean, I probably won't use that for the episode title.
There's no point in excusing it after you've said it.
Okay, so, I mean, all right, we've talked about Lindsay Lohan. The other one that also made my year was...
you mean last year? Last year.
Yeah, it made last year. You know, 2018 was quite an eventful year.
I love the end of that year. That was
luckily,
amazing.
yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah.
December was great for me.
It was great, right? But, I mean, obviously it wasn't as bad as 2016 because people were just dying right, left and centre.
Yeah, in 2017 everyone was like raping people and touching people.
Well, let's not talk about 2017 for now. Let's just focus on 2018 and the events that happened. So, Sinead O'Connor converted.
Who does better Arabic than you, Lon?
Oh my god, so she that's another one. I mean, okay, she's gone through, I mean, she was misdiagnosed with bipolar. She was having a rough time, but it got to the point that as soon as she converted and I spoke to someone about this, they were like, finally, she's not our problem anymore, you can claim her. And I was like, I don't want to claim her. But
wait, when was she their problem?
I mean, you know, well, let's say white people.
Yeah,
let's
but she's still white.
There's a reason why I'm saying white people. Okay. There is a point to this. But basically, they were like, finally, yes, we don't have to claim her anymore. She's your problem now because, you know, apparently I am the entire religion. However, Islam already has quite a bad reputation, let's say. And now we've got fucking Sinead O'Connor. I still listen to her One Hit Wonder really loud in the car and sing really loud. You know, well done. That is a classic. Thank you, Prince, for writing that song. However, yeah. Yes. But anyway, so clearly she doesn't know what the fuck is going on. I have seen those videos. I've watched that YouTube video where she's...
You sent it to the group chat.
Yeah, because it was brilliant. And then, you know, like... if you scroll in the timeline really fast, if you go back and forth, her arms go really funny as well.
That's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But and she's also wearing camouflage. But there's also the video of her actually converting, which was again hilarious in itself. But then she went on Twitter. She changed her name, of course, and then she started getting really racist and saying how she hates white people. Or I think she put in brackets like, or also known as like non-Muslim. So again, this is why I made the whole point about white people, and obviously people are outraged because she was being very.
That ruin people's image.
But that's the thing. It's like
she's not. I don't understand her.
But is she still on drugs? Is she still like what's going on?
Maybe she's off her because bipolar. You have to take a lot of medication to keep it level, right?
But she was misdiagnosed, so is she still on like we don't know.
Well,
but again,
they told her she had bipolar and she didn't, or she had bipolar and they told her she didn't.
I don't know. My question right now is who the hell told her to convert? Why are you converting? What is happening?
It might just be a cry for attention again, like the Lohan incident.
It sounds like she's done this whole hating white people at the same time as converting. Is she associating white people with non-Muslim?
Yeah, that's the thing. But then she went to kind of disrespect and like other religions. I didn't see the tweets because she.
Is it private?
No, I think she
deleted them.
Well, I think she actually deleted her whole account straight after. I don't know if she's back on Twitter. I don't know what's happening, but there was a lot of memes involved, at the time, and people making jokes saying, breaking news, Sinead O'Connor converts to Hinduism after realising you can't drink alcohol in Islam. So, there was a lot of good material. Culturally speaking, it was a hilarious video, but also you just think, what's going on? Like, this is not. Someone needs to help her. We've got enough Muslims in the world. We don't need to. It's not like we've got a target to hit.
It is over a billion, right?
Yeah. But it's like
that's it now. We can't.
But the sheikh or imam or who he was who converted her, it's like, dudes, do you have targets to hit? Because you can't just be like, oh, we got an Irish one now.
But they can't refuse, can they?
I don't know. Like there should be
like the Catholic Church can't refuse. You can't refuse if people.
Well, the Catholic Church don't need to worry about Sinead O'Connor anymore. I'm telling you that.
She'll probably turn back.
Oh.
You want to know what? I really wish you hadn't. When you sent it to the group chat, I really wish you hadn't explained it because I wanted to see if him and Alex thought that video was legit. And even I was just like, okay, I don't pray or anything or engage.
That's not but
like it was barely because I could understand bits of what she was trying to say, but
really?
She was saying it wildly wrong. Like the beginnings of it, I was like, okay, this seems a bit familiar. I was like, I don't know what she's doing here. And
nobody knows what she was doing.
Very bizarre.
It was extremely bizarre.
And can I tell you, like prayers, that there's like you have to do these set motions. When
she was adding a little harmony
she was just
to
like
it,
dancing.
She wasn't really dancing. She was trying to be spiritual.
But
maybe
that isn't because. Or was I taught wrong that like praying you just stand and you do that and then you do this and do that and then go down and but she was just like waving her arms around.
No, I haven't seen this actually. Hang on. So she's praying.
She's not.
No, she's not praying.
She's not praying.
Well, no, she's not praying. But what is she trying to do? Is she trying to pray? Is she?
No, I think she added a little. I think she was trying to style out. I don't know what she was trying to do.
Push the pineapple shape the tree.
That's not real Muslim. Real Muslim, when they're praying, it's like that scene in the Big
How
Sick.
dare you, Sinead O'Connor? How could? Did you just say she's not a real Muslim?
That's not praying like a real Muslim.
I'm sorry,
in the Big Sick.
She's created a trend here. She's changed.
No, Lana, are you going to refuse that? In the Big Sick, that scene where he has to go down to pray and he was on his phone instead playing games, that's our type of prayer.
That's because we never had Sinead O'Connor back then. Do you know what I mean? To inspire us and bring us closer to our religion.
She could get more people into the Muslim faith.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? When I see something like that, the first thing that comes to my mind, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, okay, but when Madonna did her whole more Eastern dance movement in the early noughties, like she was doing a lot of like.
Didn't she? No, she turned to Kabbalah. I think. That
was it Kabbalah?
Yeah, where it's Judaism. But the main part of it is that you have to tie a red string around your arm.
There's that as well.
Yeah.
But there's this whole like movement of all these Caucasian people trying to adopt a more Eastern sort of way of living. If that makes sense, like they're buying culture, or they're trying to have like. I'm trying to say this.
Do you know what? I can't. Do you know what it is? No, what you're saying is there's nothing wrong with it, but in my head, I just keep thinking of Sinead O'Connor.
Okay.
We go to Sinead O'Connor to buy culture now.
Okay, let me explain it like this. So a lot more sort of like spiritual shops popped up, which you get a lot of white people go to because they're trying to fill their house with culture. and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's stuff they don't
You say that
understand.
like it comes from
Okay, I know exactly what you mean. So it's like when people buy statues of Buddha. Buddhists don't like that
another
because it's
example,
like
yeah.
it's not decoration. You know, this is our God. So,
But there's like
get that.
there's this need to adopt that sort of older way of things, or like something that makes you look a bit more spiritual, a little more open-minded.
yeah, less vanilla.
And less vanilla, you know, a bit more metropolitan, cosmopolitan.
I don't know. We're
Don't
just
with the
saying words
chocolate.
now.
So, you know, it's like this need to, like, they're tired of their identity, if you might say, and they want to adopt something a bit more different. They want to stand out, or they want to do. And Sinead, always having to stand out from the standouts, has to go one step further and say, look, I feel like she doesn't quite know what she's getting into,
Oh, definitely.
but she thinks, I'm going to do it, you know, new religion, and obviously it's getting the press it needs, if she's looking for press.
I don't know what she's looking for.
Well, I don't know what her aim is. I don't know.
I don't know.
She's a
either.
compass going round and round.
Yeah,
but
pretty much, yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's doing its job. She's doing a little dance, and I don't know if she's trying to change the world again. Like she did with the
Again?
Pope. You remember she ripped up a picture of the Pope and said, "Fight the real enemy."
Do you think that changed the world?
It didn't change the world, it changed her.
Yeah.
I think she was trying to change the world. That's the thing. It was her aim, but she didn't
She
succeed.
has a high opinion of herself.
She does. I respect passion like that. It's misguided passion. No one goes out thinking, I want to make the world a shit place. She obviously went out thinking, you know, I want to help people. I want to show off another way
Yeah.
of doing things. I want to make things a bit better for people. You know, show people that it's all right to be different. Maybe that was her aim. You don't know. Not the right person to do it. You know, didn't exactly
But
handle
also,
it.
I think it might be a generation thing as well, because only recently she came out. I didn't know where Sinead O'Connor was hiding. Do you know what I mean? And then she came out like she was suffering from a lot of mental health problems. Whereas now people talk about it even more. But I think it's a generation thing where before we didn't. She just hid away. We didn't know what was going on, but she was actually suffering with a lot of problems. Again, misdiagnosed problems, which didn't help because she was probably given the
Wrong medication.
Yeah,
Probably made her worse.
Yeah, exactly. Over medicated. You just don't know. And then she did say like she felt lonely, and the only person that made her feel good was her psychiatrist, which again is quite sad because it's like you shouldn't feel lonely in times like that. But then again, we don't know what's happening. You know, we're just reading stuff. What's happened? Why did you convert? What happened?
It might be the need to feel part of something.
Part of something, exactly. Maybe, yeah.
Lonely
Part of a
people tend
community
to
or
join onto something, you know, religion or, you know, just groups.
Yeah.
So someone opened up to her and it just happened to be...
like I've been accepted, maybe, or I'm not. Yeah.
People can be
maybe.
very vulnerable, you know. It depends on the person who's either letting them join something, recruiting them, or just being nice to them.
Yeah, you don't know who's actually recruited her, though. That might be, like...
Is recruiting
say
the
recruit.
right
I didn't
word?
say recruiting, that's why I said joining as well.
Join?
I had 3 fingers there.
Join us.
Okay, I don't want to talk about who recruited her, or whatever words that you were saying, but we don't actually know who did it. There might be someone that's taken advantage of her. So she is in a vulnerable position, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it might just be something as simple as someone opening up, and that just happened at the right time.
Or maybe it's just we're overthinking it and it's a lot more simple than that. But also I think it's just the videos that she shared. Actually, it's not that simple because you don't start tweeting random, like, hateful...
Well, that's the thing. Like, depending on whether you're bipolar, that's fine. If you're going through something troublesome, that's fine. When you start to make it other people's problems, that's an entirely different thing. Because that's when you have to be told, okay, you need to stop that. You know, you have your own troubles, that's fine. You do what you need to do, go to medications. But when you start, you know, spreading hate...
Exactly.
That's when it's like, okay, we need to cut the line here.
Yeah,
that's
like,
something else.
exactly. It's completely something else. So I hope you're okay, Sinead.
Yeah, and if this is because you really feel like belonging somewhere, book clubs are a good idea to start.
Yeah.
I mean, you could bond with people there. I mean, it's easy, you have a common interest.
Yeah. I mean, joining a religion might be better than joining a cult.
Yeah, well, actually...
I don't know.
Well,
No, it's not really,
I
is
feel
it?
like there are a lot of similarities between the two. But that's a discussion...
That's something else.
Yeah, that's something else.
What else? 2018. Oh, so... do you remember when Kanye was black? That's
Oh!
Don't you?
That was the best intro for... Anyway, yes.
I do miss Kanye back in the day. Kanye. I mean, it's quite sad because now I think, you know, when I listen to Kanye's music that I grew up with, I still love it. Yeah, like, it was great. It was really well made, so much meaning behind it. Whereas now my little sister has to put up with new generation Kanye. Like, we grew up with Black Kanye, and now we've got, you know, Trump Kanye. It's very, very confusing. It was a very confusing time. You know, he's hanging out with Trump a lot. And then, do you remember the video where, I can't remember the name of the artist, but there was a video of him in Africa. I can't remember. I don't know. The video didn't actually say which country.
Yep.
And then he's dancing to the beat.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, okay.
Was he doing white guy dancing?
No, well,
No offense, Chris.
That's good.
Well, no, well, I don't. Yeah, it was questionable.
Was he doing a Carlton?
But
rings a bell,
Kanye's also like, what's going on with Kanye? You know, again, there's so many memes. It's great, but wagwan, like, what's going on?
I don't understand how
with
you
Kanye, because like, yeah, it's you say what's like the Kardashian effect.
I think it's his mother dying.
His mother died.
When did his mother die?
A really long time ago.
Yeah, but that was after the graduation, and he started going off the hinges.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Say what you like.
But there's a
his music was-
pattern there, isn't there?
Doesn't he have bipolar? Well, so they say.
I think his mum died, and Kim Kardashian became his surrogate.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And you don't want a Kardashian, Jenner, whatever they are.
Yeah.
They are.
They don't exactly have the moral high ground in terms of keeping someone on the straight and narrow.
No, they're horrible people, and they only do something for their own benefit. They would never do anything for another human being.
So Kanye...
They do things for money, power, and celebrity.
Kanye's
And
ego
you know what? I'm not even putting it
Yeah.
allegedly
Well, I
in
mean,
there,
his
'cause they're-
ego, we all know.
Oh, he
Kanye
always
had
had
a
an
massive ego.
Then there was the Taylor Swift thing. They referenced it another time with Beck, when Beck won the award at the Music Awards. And he went up on stage, he tried to do it again, everyone laughed, and he was like, see, I've become a joke, it's fun. You know, he felt like nothing could touch him, you know, and he felt like a power couple because he was with Kim Kardashian.
Like Boris Johnson.
Like Boris Johnson.
Wait, what did Boris Johnson do?
Because that was his thing, wasn't it? Like, remember when he was mayor of London and...
He went up to people saying, I'm going to let you
No,
finish.
but he was like... I don't know, but I see similarities
Between him and Kanye.
Yes. Because you remember,
Boris
it's like...
Johnson is the whitest
basically...
white man other than
Yeah, but he was clever. Come
Although,
on.
I've seen videos of him dancing, grinding, actually,
Oh, God.
in town hall at Christmas parties.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he's not... Yeah, he's a horrible man.
But remember, he used to just get caught doing really stupid things.
Yes.
And that was his thing, because every time, let's say, one of his ideas got turned down, he'd be like, well, you know, I'm just Boris. And now he's bloody foreign secretary, you know, but things just
Foreign
changed.
secretary,
But speaking of
foreigners.
dancing and 2018, how about, you know, Prime Minister Theresa May and her dance moves? Because, I mean, I'm glad she's our Prime Minister. Yeah, I mean, we're going to
May, they're
shit.
all doing it. Jeremy Corbyn's dancing as well.
Oh, yeah, well,
But no one publicised Jeremy because he did it well, I bet.
I mean, she was so desperate for some deals.
Oh,
She went
wow.
to South Africa, and they really ripped her apart there. She still didn't answer any questions.
She kept the foxtrot
and
up.
decided, and still, she was like, okay, you know, I'm still fucked, so let me just try and pretend that I'm mingling and do some terrible dance moves.
We have to somehow get her to sue me as Hindu so I look like a good dancer.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Theresa
I think-
May on a Hindu.
I think
Okay,
what
this
you
is
need to worry about is if she actually does a good job at the same do. Then you're in trouble.
I mean, Theresa May. Oh.
I mean, I don't know anyone who would have willingly accepted that job at that time. If I had the qualifications,
She
I
just
still
wants
wouldn't
the
want
power.
You want the power, but it feels like she's just a beat stick. That's all she is. And at that time, you're not going to come away a hero. That looks like a stressful job.
But guys, Brexit means Brexit.
What does it mean? What does the term Brexit actually
My
mean?
favourite excuse
It's
to
been 3
everything.
years. It's been 3 years, and by this time we might have actually left the EU. By the time this airs, we still don't know what's going on.
No, it means Brexit.
It means Brexit, yeah.
Hard
Brexit's a made-up
Brexit,
word.
soft Brexit.
If you want to sidestep or lampshade an argument that you don't know the answer to, have a good old English phrase or something. You know, well, cut and dry. No. Seriously, what the fuck are we going to do? Keep on going and keep our stiff
Isn't
upper
that
lip.
the whole Tory motto right now?
Something like that. So we're fucked. No, we're Brexiting. It's fine. It's going to be all right. They keep saying, like, well, we need to get a deal. We haven't got one. What are we going to do? We'll think of something. You know, now it's no
It's
longer...
like our deal or no deal. It's like, no, no deal is really bad. That just means you're really shit at your jobs.
Yeah. What we need is Noel Edmonds and the banker with Junker.
Yeah. Or Claude Littner. You know Claude Littner?
No.
No.
Who's
I'm like,
that?
Claude.
Claude? Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's get Claude Littler.
What, Claude is in the guy I met?
You still don't know who Claude is properly, do you?
Wait, Claude from The Apprentice? Yeah, I shook his hand.
Yeah, get him to do it.
I mean, we're not...
He just needs to give people that look.
I met him once.
Yeah, he just needs to give people that look, and then it's sorted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what if it's not sorted? Then we just look like idiots.
His name's Claude.
I mean, I can see why he's scary, but he was nice to me.
No, he's really nice, but, like, when he's annoyed, he gives you a look.
Yeah.
And you know you're fucked.
Oh, sounds
So is that
quite
he's going
sexy.
to do that to Junker? You think he could just do that to Junker?
I think Junker's kind of the same. But
He's like an older Claude, basically.
But you know what? Credit to the EU. They're doing a very good job at, like, getting the good deal for them. Why are people thinking they should give us allowances? I'm just like, no, it's like a divorce. You have to get the best deal for your people. Mm-hmm. We're no longer their people.
Look, I never agreed to this divorce.
Neither did I.
Okay.
This is contested.
The kids will suffer.
Yeah, us. It's the older people that did this to us.
Mostly of London itself.
Oh, yeah, London, yeah.
Everyone outside. And there's a whole load of lies that went through. It was never going to be a fair deal because so many people told so many lies about this campaign. So,
yeah, how come it was only the Remain campaign that kept it honest? When I say honest, they didn't say much at all.
Because we're the good people.
Yeah, and then the Leave campaign lied about everything. Where's the 350 million for the NHS? Apparently we're selling the NHS instead.
Yes, we are.
yeah.
So,
Bit by bit.
so festive cookies.
Festive cookies. I mean, yeah.
So the biggest trend of 2018 was ASMR.
Don't say it so quietly.
Was it 2018? I could have sworn I've seen a couple of videos in 2000. I mean, what is ASMR?
What is ASMR? You say, Chris,
Is it
tell
audio
us.
porn?
Yes,
I guess in a way you could say it. That's a
Because I told you, because I started the story about, like, my dad wrote a porno and I had a guest on who was talking about ASMR.
Okay, so
and it clicked.
ASMR, I think it stands for audio sensory material or something. People always say audio sexual or something like
this.
that. But
Oh, yeah.
But what is that actually supposed to be?
what are you drinking there? Just a fruit cup?
Yes, it's a fruit cup. And then I've also got a bag of cookies. Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
And these videos go on for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours?
Yeah. So there are people that are making a living off this stuff on YouTube. There's one guy who role plays in this stuff and pretends to be like Satan, but soft-spoken Satan. Yeah. He I can't.
Why Satan?
I can't remember. He does this with everything. So he's got characters, and he'll come in and say, like, there's one guy who calls himself Carl who loves to fondle the carpet. And his whole thing is just fondling the carpet for 30 minutes. But he talks to you in this character.
Oh, no, don't talk.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's like, hey, friend.
Oh.
Oh my god, the next episode of this podcast is going to be a scripted version of ASMR. It's going to be audio porn. If you already see us... What if people see us as audio porn?
Us as audio porn.
As in,
I take that as a compliment.
People are into weird shit, man. I don't want people... Okay.
If you could talk normally.
You sound very judgmental. People can, like what they like, Tamim, okay?
I mean, sure, but I'm talking and I don't want people to have their penises in their hands.
If you can talk normally and get someone off, I consider that a massive compliment.
Yeah, I think you should let people have their dicks in their hands.
Imagine if you
Okay, so
actually
guys,
tried.
I've completely changed my mind. Guys, listeners, get your dicks out. That's it. That's all we need to do.
What about the females?
Females,
Get your dicks
vaginas out.
Flick the bean.
Flick the bean. What did I tell you about saying stuff like that?
Well, we talked about cunt muscles earlier.
They kept calling boobs fun bags.
We did not keep calling boobs fun bags. We were talking about different names and interpretations.
And then how I was saying, I don't like fun bags, and they kept saying...
And one of us said, I've also heard of the term fun bags. And all of a sudden, you just give us that death look. Everything we've said up until that point was A-OK. But fun bags?
I can confirm that Tamim does have fun bags. Yes, it's been a lot of fun.
Are they not fun?
They are fun. They're very fun.
It's hard shopping, though.
They're just bags.
They're just bags of muscle, really.
Sandbags.
Wait, sandbags? It's like the 40-year-old virgin one.
Bags.
It's like bags of sand. It's like, have you ever touched a human breast? It's like, yeah, more than one. Okay, I can't remember the actual line, clearly, but yeah.
So now we're on to Tamim's boobs.
We're always on to Tamim's boobs.
That should be the name of the episode. Fun bags.
Yeah, I'm going to have difficulty naming this
Fun
episode, aren't
bags.
I?
That's the advert. Fun bags, but without the fun.
Oh, yeah. We should
Coming to a store near
We should do a poll. So, listeners, if you want us to implement ads that we come up with, you should let us know by email and Twitter and all that business. So you can reach us on the Dork Seduction at themilkandcereal.co.uk.
Fantastic.
Great.
I might as well remember to do it once every 5 episodes.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So,
I want to go outside because I've had a drink and it's really hot inside for me.
safe, fam.
Yeah, I want to go outside, so I'm going to leave you guys to... You guys can do some ASMR if you like.
Oh, yeah. Please, can you switch the light off?
I will.
No, because these are paper straws.
Yeah,
because
bye,
we
guys.
can't have plastic ones anymore. They're killing our oceans.
Bye.
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 Ocean. David Attenborough.
I feel you really need to see one of these videos.
I'll try, but bye.
Try and... Bye-bye.
Bye, listeners.